This is a demo about the Homomorphic Encryption Data Fusion component developed inside Trustee project by TECNALIA. The objective of this component is to provide confidentiality to the data transfer process between several data providers and data consumers, as well as confidentiality to the processing operation over the fused or combined data from data providers. For this purpose, homomorphic encryption is used, considering that data fusion from different data providers is only feasible if the same homomorphic key is considered for the encryption process of all data providers. However, the decryption process should be only executed over the result of the processing, to avoid data providers' disclosure. Here's where this component is needed. It securely generates homomorphic encryption keys to securely fuse data from different data providers and securely obtain a result, always guaranteeing confidentiality against third parties and among fused data providers. Let us see now how this component works more in detail. When a data fusion process inside Trustee starts, Trustee securely generates a pair of homomorphic encryption keys needed for the confidential computation over fused data from different data providers. Each data provider to fuse his datasets needs to obtain the public homomorphic encryption public key from Trustee. Once he has the key, he encrypts his dataset with this key. All data providers to be considered in the fusion process will use the same public key. Consider that the private key needed for the decryption is securely stored inside Trustee, no one else knows it. The data consumer, which is the actor who wants to perform a specific computation over fused dates from different data providers, obtains the encrypted datasets from the different data providers. Moreover, he also obtains the required algorithm implementation from Trustee, as algorithms need to be converted to the encrypted domain for correct execution. Once the data consumer has the encrypted datasets to be fused and the algorithm to be applied on the encrypted domain, the computation is executed and, after some time, a result obtained. The result is also encrypted with the same key considered by the data providers, so it can only be decrypted with the associated private key, which is securely stored inside Trustee platform. The result is then shared with Trustee where decryption with the private key happens. The result is obtained, and it is then shared back with the data consumer. As a result, the data consumer has been able to perform a specific computation over fused datasets from different data providers, keeping confidentiality of the data providers' datasets. Here you can see the three components of the homomorphic encryption data fusion in execution. On the low part of the screen, the Trustee platform component log is located, which will start the data fusion process by creating the homomorphic encryption keys. Then, on the upper left side, the data provider component log is shown, where encryption happens. The upper right side of the screen shows the data consumer log, where computation over encrypted datasets is taking place.